What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, and you know what? Since we were talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, nobody's asked one of the biggest questions for the game that a lot of us should have. Mainly, who is operating the Animus?
Yeah.
That's something that I want to know. I mean, obviously we don't have Desmond anymore, and we lost Layla. So who will be in operation? Will it be Basim? Will it be Bill Miles? And another thing, not just that, but whose DNA are we using? In order to actually obtain the DNA to go to this time period, we need to find somebody who's a descendant of Yasuke and Naoe. So we have to find two. So, I mean, think about that. We need the genetic material of Yasuke and Naoe in order to go and relive their memories. We got to either find their exact genetic memory or we got to find a descendant. Now, here's the kicker. This is going to kick a lot of you in the teeth. What if the person who has the genetic material is a product of Yasuke and Naoe? What if they had a child together and that's the great, 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 great whatever ancestor? That way they get a 2-for-1 out of the one descendant. I know that's making a lot of you mad. I know that's boiling a lot of blood in there. Definitely. And no, I'm not calling anybody racist. I'm just saying that a lot of you would not like that. A lot of you would probably think that that is a dumb idea. But, hey, we just got information today that the character from Assassin's Creed Hex is going to be able to turn into a cat. So I think that they're just throwing ideas against the wall at this point to see what the heck sticks and what we're going to go with. How far they can push us before we're like, you know what? This is complete and utter trash. You know? So I don't know what they're going to do. We would need two genetic materials or a product of the both of them. That person's genetic material. And we also need to actually figure out who is in the Animus. We've already established that now, when you get into the Animus, as long as you have genetic material, you can just go and relive an ancestor's memory, even if it is not your own ancestor. Initially, in the first Assassin's Creed games, you needed to actually have that ancestor, and you had to go back only into your ancestor's time period, which means that if your ancestor was, let's say, a peasant or something like that and not the main character of the game, they couldn't use your material. They needed the actual main protagonist. So now we have a game that has two. How do we do this? My mind was blown in Odyssey when we had two protagonists. They were related, and for some reason the Animus couldn't figure out whose blood was whose. I mean, they share the same genetic markers, but they're not twins. They're, brother and sister. One would have XX chromosomes, the other one XY. And then on top of that, this machine, if it couldn't figure out whether the Eagle Bearer was Cassandra or Alexios, that means that it probably couldn't even figure out who we were looking for. It wouldn't be able to just have those two. If it was that confused, it would have gone and found the mother. It would have gone and found, like anybody else who's of their bloodline. So, that story kind of made no sense. It really didn't. But it is what it is. I want to find out who is in control here. And how did we get that genetic material? As you know, Layla Hassan, when she built her Animus, She went and she found Bayek. So she was able to use his genetic material, go back as him. The same kind of path, she could have went into his son's life and lived as his son for the short time that he was there. In order to find Aya and do the missions as Aya, she had to find Aya's genetic material and use her. So you needed, and in that scenario, you needed two separate DNA strains. And she found them both. They were in the same cave. What are we doing here? I'm pretty sure Yasuke and Naoe were not buried in the same spot. How did we find the genetic material? There's a lot of questions that I have there. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that they found both people's genetic material? Do you think that maybe one of the assassins is like a descendant of one character or the other? Or there are two characters that are descended from these two characters? Or do you think the third option, which was brought up in jest at one point, but now it might make sense? Do you think that they had a baby and we just need the one person to parse their genetic material? Let me know your thoughts. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one.
Ya Yi!